All right. Welcome to another episode of Fat Arthur. Anyway, I wanted to make a video. I'm wearing my mask because, well, we're in the middle of a pandemic, but also because for the last few days, the area around where I live, it has been getting more and more smoky every day for the last few days. And now it's to the point where I have mountains all around where I live in every single direction. And I can't even see the mountains. I'm not sure if it's because of all those fires that they've been talking about that are burning in California. I don't know if there's other fires closer to where I'm at. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you that it's getting worse every day. The smoke is getting to the point where, like I said, is blocking out the mountains in every direction around my property. And it's getting really bad. The only good part about it, though, is with all the smoke, it kind of keeps the temperature down a little bit, makes it less hot. If that makes any sense, it kind of keeps it from getting insanely hot like it usually is around here. Which is funny because we had been over 100 degrees every day for I don't know how long. And I'm not sure what the temperature is today, but it doesn't feel anywhere close to as hot as it has been. But I just don't want to be out in that smoke too long. That's why I'm in here walking around making this video, because I want to talk about the series I'm working on. I want to talk about what I'm going to do next. Um, I'm looking at the door here. I had forgotten that whoever, I guess, used to own this property before I bought it, they must have gotten into a gunfight because there are, let's see if I can do this. Nope, not what I was trying to do. I was trying to switch the camera around. If you could see, that is a bullet hole. There's another one. There's another one. Not sure if I'm getting that last one. But yeah, there's 3 bullet holes in this door. I had forgotten about them until just now when I walked up and I saw them. But I'm assuming whoever used to own this property got into an argument with someone and then they started shooting at each other. I don't know. What can I say? Not my problem. I wasn't here at the time when that happened. So I don't know what happened. I'm just guessing. But yeah. Anyway, like I said, I just wanted to talk about the current series I'm working on, talk about all this damn smoke. It's good because it keeps the temperature down a little bit, but at the same time it makes it harder to breathe. And I don't want to walk around without the mask on because it makes it even harder. Without the mask, it's even harder to breathe because of how thick this damn smoke is around here. But yeah, because I've been walking around. I went walking earlier. It's without the mask, I couldn't even hardly breathe. I can breathe just fine with the mask, though. So that's why I don't understand why people complain about wearing these things. Oh, I can't breathe. That bullshit. Anyway, I'm an overweight man. If I can breathe with a mask, you can breathe. I don't understand. Anyway, like I was saying, I wanted to talk about the current series. It's gonna be a 7-book series. I'll be finished with the second book of the series sometime this week. I don't know why my eyes keep doing that. I'm not doing that on purpose. I'm assuming it's because of all the smoke. Anyway, the current series I'm working on is post-apoc, but it's not like what you're used to reading. There are different kinds of things in it, like there are zombies, but they're not normal types of zombies. They're something that have never been I've never seen or heard of anything like what I have in these books. There are things that are similar to what people have seen before in other stories or other places, but there are a lot of things that you've never seen and you won't see coming. I am trying to do something with this that I don't know. I'm just trying to do my own type of thing, my own type of story, my own everything. I just want people to. I don't want anyone to see anything coming. I don't want people to be able to predict what's going to happen, and so you won't be able to. And I don't think anyone will. The things that happen just in the first 2 books. You're in for a wild ride. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to probably go run through the entire 7 books before I do anything, because I had things worked out. Some stuff happened, like I talked about in the first video. My editor passed away. So a lot that changed a lot of things. So I no longer have an editor. I no longer know what I'm going to do with the books. So I had to figure all that out. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this series. As far as when everything's done, like I said, I don't have an editor anymore because my editor passed away unexpectedly. She was working on a lot of other books besides mine, and that left everyone whose book she was working on basically without an editor, and now everyone has to figure out, we have to all find a new editor and just go from there. And once I'm done with the current series, there are a lot of, I'm not going to go too much into detail about what happens in the current series, but it's post-apoc. There's a completely new type of zombie in it. And it's not just zombies. There are several different types of creatures. in it. And some of them you may have seen before in other places. Some of them are similar to what you've seen, but will scare the shit out of you because they're not what you expected them to be. And I'm sure there are a lot of things that I've already forgot that I wrote. Because, like I said, I've been writing so fast, I just run through it without even thinking. And then I go back and I don't even remember what I just wrote. That's how I get the words down so fast, is I just allow myself to just zone out and just go. And not everyone is capable of doing that. But those of us who can do that, it makes it a lot easier to write books. But like I said, there's a lot of things that, like I said, haven't been seen before, but the things that you think you've seen before turns out a lot of times they're not what you thought they were. I think that's going to be fun when people read that. I can't wait to see the comments from people who shit their pants trying to. Yeah. Anyway. I don't know. I just enjoy scaring the shit out of people. Anyway, once I'm done with the 7-book series I'm working on now, I have a standalone horror book that I'm going to write. I already have everything plotted out for it. And I was going to write it years ago. Things got in the way of that. I didn't feel comfortable writing it at that time. I couldn't get my mind right. I don't know. Writing horror, especially, at least for me, I have to be able to get in a place, where I can visualize what I want to happen. I know I plotted it out. I know what I want to happen, but a lot of times, well, not now, not anymore, but back then when I first came up with the idea for that horror book that I want to write, I had a problem where even though I had everything plotted out, I would sit down and just stare at the blank screen, unable to write. The words just would not come. And a lot of times I would sit down all day and not even write a single word. There would be other times where I would sit down and I would write, 2,000-3,000 words in a day, but then I wouldn't like it, and it wouldn't be what I actually wanted to write, because for whatever reason back then I don't know why, I can't explain it, because I don't understand why that would happen to me back then, but a lot of times when I would sit down to write something, my mind would just go blank and I would completely. It would be almost like I completely forgot what I wanted to write, and I would almost force myself to write something when I'd sat down to write, but it would suck. It wouldn't even be what I wanted to write. It would just be, crap. And I would end up just deleting it. But now I'm in a better place where I feel more comfortable writing how I want to write, what I want to write, and all that. Back then, I think I was more, I don't know, there were a lot of things going on in my life back then that kind of fucked up my creativity, kind of made me where I couldn't even get into the right mindset to write. I was in a really toxic relationship back then. Um, it wasn't just toxic because it was toxic because of myself, because of the woman I was with, because I don't know. It it was weird. We both, I don't know. It was like it was like she was gasoline and I was like out of control fire or something. So, yeah. That's more or less why I couldn't write back then, because every time I tried to, I just couldn't get into the right mindset because of my personal life and because of everyone around me back then. I had people who claimed to be proud of me and claimed all sorts of things, but deep down they thought I was just another loser. I don't know. That's just the way life goes. Sometimes you end up being around people who you think you're supposed to be around, and then end up finding out later on that that whole time you were sleeping with the enemy. So that's just how things go sometimes. But now, like I said, I'm in a better place in my life, better place all around, period. Because I own a place now and don't have to worry about anything. So the only thing I'm worried about now is these fires burning all around here. And I just hope like hell it's not a fire close by that I have to worry about burning down my fucking house. If so, I have like 20 hoses in my yard or on my property, so pretty sure I'll get it out. If it shows up around here, I'll just spray my whole property down. Because I'm not going to let my house burn down. Anyway, like I said, I have the horror book that I want to write. It's something I came up with years ago. Probably at least 10, 15 years ago, I think. Was never able to get into the right mindset to get the words down the way I wanted them, because I want to get it a certain way to where, because there are three main characters for the horror book that I want to write. And, well, yeah, there are really three characters, but one of them is actually two. So I don't know. You'll understand if once I write it. But it's got to be written exactly the way I see it up here. Otherwise, it won't make any damn sense. And that's why I have to be in the right state of mind to be able to get it down the way I see it. Otherwise, it's not going to be any good. But anyway, I'll work on that once I'm done with the current series. And like I said, the horror book is going to be a standalone. I don't plan on doing anything with it. At least I don't think I'll do anything with it, but other than the one book, because that's as far as I remember, I didn't come up with anything for a second book. I don't remember coming up with an idea for a second one at least, but who knows? I might go through all my notebooks or binders and end up finding out that somewhere is the plot for the second book. I don't know. But a lot of my stuff is going to be standalone. A lot of it is going to be series. It just depends on the project. Some of them don't really make sense for a series. Some of them are strictly just standalone. Anyway, I have so many projects that are going to be coming up that you'll be seeing a lot of videos.